If you feel you're not a finance person, but you know how important it is to learn finance, then this video is going to be for you. See, most of us feel that finance, if you don't like math, you don't want to get into finance. First of all, that's nonsensical because you don't need to be a genius at maths to understand finance. But most of us know that without finance, it's going to be incredibly difficult to do anything major in life. You might be a great artist, you might be a great tech guy, you can be really good in your field, but to survive, if you don't have the basic skills of finance, you can't even outsource it. You just need to know few of the basics, and that's not that complex, right? You need to understand how to really think about money. Everyone knows that, oh, if I have money, I can spend it. That's not the right way to look at it, right? You have to invest, but most people don't because it's complicated or it's scary or they don't have guidance. If you win a lottery and you don't know how to manage money, you will be broke as soon as possible because people with a lot of money don't really know what to do if they don't have the basic skills in finance. Mike Tyson, who's probably still the best boxer in the world, he had reached an income, his net worth was 400 million in his prime. 400 million is 2000 3000 CR. That was his net worth, and he went broke in a few years because he just didn't know how to exactly manage money. So how do you do this, right? All of us know that obviously education is the number one step. So if you are looking at studying something in finance, there are a lot of finance courses, Finance 101 free on YouTube. You can I would suggest YouTube is great, but if you're starting off, pay a little and get a structured course, right? You have Udemy and you have just a lot of basic options. We have Bombay Stock Exchange affiliated courses on financial markets, for example. It's just very easy to take a short course in finance, a small basic course, and once you get the hang of a few terminologies and a few ways to look at finance, then do a lot of free stuff on YouTube and just invest yourself in, or rather immerse yourself in finance for a few hours total, right? Just maybe 10 hours spread over a week, 10 days, doesn't matter. Just take a slot in your life where you just jump into finance, and all you learn is, don't get confused with what accounts and finance is, right? Finance is managing money, accounts is keeping track. You need to know both, right? So people will teach you balance sheet and profit and loss account and things like that. I say, okay, that's important, but if you are not a finance student, then the best way is you actually take a little bit of money, take 5,000, take 10,000 rupees, and over the next month, just keep a track of what you're doing with your money and start watching any of these videos, take up any of the courses. You will start being able to draw your own understanding of finance and eventually connect it with all these balance sheets and profit and loss accounts and cash flows and whatever you must have heard over time. It's not that complex to just understand how you're supposed to think about finance coming into your life and how are you using it. How do you deploy it? How do you know that, okay, fine, if I have 100 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, how much do I need to spend in a day, in a month for me and my family with all luxuries? How much can I save? How much can I invest? And beyond that, these are so just how much you earn and how much you spend is your first step. After that, can you save is your second step. And third is, okay, now if I know how to earn, spend and save, then you can get into the details of investing, of basics of tax planning, of insurances and so on and so forth. But if any of that is complicated or it's scary, don't worry, just start with the first step and just jump into it full time. If you'd like to get deeper into finance, then of course there are a lot of detailed courses which can change your life for the better, no matter what field you are in. You don't have to really give an exam for the sake of giving an exam and getting a degree, but you can spend a couple of years of your life studying finance in detail, maybe the subjects that matter to us, and you don't have to use, in a very niche way, right? You can, financial management, financial accounting, these are, basic management accounting, costing, taxation, basics of taxation. These are very simple concepts which over a period of a few months, if you just consistently spend a little time at it, you will start getting the hang of it. And because it's happening around us all the time, you'll be able to relate everything you study to real money. Do not study something that you're not going to use, because that is where finance becomes either boring or complex, or people tend to feel overwhelmed and forget it. So like I said, right, just start following subjects like financial management and costing. I think these two are good enough to start with, and financial accounting. These three are decent subjects to get started with. It can take you all the way up to a year to really get the hang of it, but 110% guys, invest your time into this. It's something which you can control your entire life, your family's life, with respect to peace of mind and safety. You can do whatever else you want in life, but in case you fail at finance in the real world, it might affect, you might make wrong decisions for you and people around you. So just, do remember that basics of finance is always available. Coming to the detailed courses, there is of course chartered accountancy, there is ACCA and CFA and CMA, which we are into. There is MBA in finance, and then it just goes deeper and deeper. I'm not a big fan of the way some of the colleges teach BCom and finance subjects, so I would not recommend that you assume college education is enough. You must do a little bit of your self-learning, but it definitely would change your life. Lastly, once you get over the initial understanding of finance, please find what we call a financial planner. Please understand the details of mutual funds and how the stock market works. Don't get too attached to get rich quick schemes. Most of them I don't think any of them really work, and that's not the way it's going to sustain you for the rest of life. So it's better to study, it's better to learn, it's better to be slow, but do it in a way that appeals to you. Don't start taking everybody's opinion. Somebody says invest in the stock market, somebody says invest in gold. Don't get confused. Just understand what is what, understand the theory, and if you have money, you need to start putting a little bit yourself and figuring out what is resonating with you. So for example, for me, it's easier for me to invest in mutual funds, in the stock market, in gold also, but I am not that into real estate, even though I understand the importance of it. But it's okay, you don't have to be everywhere, and otherwise you're losing it. It doesn't work like that, and that is important to learn from the field of finance. There's something called risk appetite. What age are you, how much are you earning, what is your family background like, what responsibilities you have, are you in debt? All of this is going to become important at certain times in life if you want to have a comfortable, peaceful life. So guys, I hope that gives you some clarity. For all of y'all who have read Basics of Finance, a book on basics of finance, please leave it in the comments. One of the books I would recommend is called Let's Talk Money by Monica Hallan. She's an Indian author. She's written a fantastic book on very basics of finance, of personal finance, that can help you guys start your journey. And if you're not a reader, like I said, watch videos, pay a little bit, the return will be immense. If there's any other recommendation of a book or a video you have, then please leave it in the comments. And if you'd like us to make any specific video, then let us know. Thank you.